Hi everyone, I'm Yolanda, and in today's tutorial we'll be making a chocolate cake decorated with strawberries. In a large bowl, mix 2 cups of sugar, 1¼ cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cups of Hershey's cocoa, 1½ teaspoon of baking powder and 1½ teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix the ingredients well. Add 2 eggs, 1 cup of milk, ½ cup of vegetable oil, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And also add 1 cup of boiling water. Mix all the ingredients at a medium speed for about 2 minutes until all the ingredients are well mixed. The consistency of this batter should be very liquidy. Now, take a spatula and scrape the sides and the bottom of the bowl to be sure that all the ingredients are well mixed together. Now it's time to take my cake pans filled with the batter to my oven that has been preheating at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. They will bake from 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, it's time for me to cut the layers for the cake now. But I need to say this section of the video is not for experts. If you are an expert in cake decorating and you know how to torte and level a cake, this section is not for you. This is only for the benefit of those who do not know how to either torte or level a cake. You can fast forward your video. Okay, for those of you that want to learn how to cut a cake like this, I am going to explain to you right now. I am going to cut the 4 layers for my cake the same fashion so you could learn. The height of all the layers for the cake is going to be 1 2/16 of an inch, a little bit less than 1 1/4 of an inch, and I want to cut them all the same height. So we are going to take a clean ruler and we are going to mark wherever you want the height of your cake to be. If it's an inch, 1/4 of an inch, 2 inches, whatever the height you want it to be. Then you're going to take your knife. With the knife that you are going to be cutting, tuck in part of your arm and your elbow at the side of your waist, okay, without moving it, holding the knife sturdy and pushing the cake against the knife. Do not push the knife against the cake, but the cake against the knife. Okay, so we are going to cut the next one in the same fashion, marking first where you want your cake to be cut, the height, okay, and then you're going to take your left hand and you're going to press it down to hold your cake, and with your right hand you are going to push the cake against the knife. Remember to keep your elbow and part of your arm tucked in, so that way your arm does not go left or right, okay, and that way you will get a clean cut just like this one. I just wanted to show you the 4 layers for the cake. Here they are, the ones that we cut. Nice and leveled, nice and even, clean cut. So the secret of cutting into your cake and making an even cut is the way you hold the knife and the way you tuck in your elbow and part of your arm, so that way your arm does not go left or right. And to make the frosting, we need to melt half a cup of butter or margarine, and we are going to add 2/3 cups of Hershey cocoa. We will also add 3 cups of powdered sugar and 1/3 cup of milk, alternating them. Mix at medium speed. And finally, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And continue mixing until all the ingredients are well mixed. Secure the cake on the cake board by spreading a little bit of the same icing on the cake board. Now place your cake on the cardboard, and now we are ready to fill our layers. I'm using a pastry bag to fill the layers. I am using the same icing for both filling the cake and also frosting it. For the filling, I left the icing a little bit heavier or thicker so it will not be runny. And then to ice the cake, I added a little bit of milk. Once you put the filling and then you are going to put the layer on top, always push down a little so that way the filling could spread out throughout the cake. So now here I'm frosting the cake, and I will not put a crumb coat on this cake because really it's not necessary. But if you like, you could put a crumb coat and then frost the cake, but I'm not doing that. I don't think it's necessary. Once I finish frosting my cake, I will take it to the freezer. So I'm melting some chocolate chips in this melting pot. You can use one like this, or you could do it in your microwave. So I just took out the cake out of the freezer. With a piece of wax paper or parchment paper, just mark the perimeter of the cake and the height that you like the basket, because this is going to be like a basket, the height of the basket. I usually do it maybe an inch to half an inch higher than the cake. So this is what I'm doing now. So I'm going to pour into my pastry bag fitted with tip number 3. I'm going to pour in all the chocolate to make the basket. with the chocolate, and on the piece of wax paper I'm making a design. You don't need to make this same design. You can make whatever you like for the basket, but I'm doing this one because it's easier for me. I'm going to make two of them just in case one gets messed up. I could use the other one. When I'm finished making the design, I'm going to let the chocolate set maybe 10-12 minutes. I don't want it to dry completely, but I want it to dry a little bit, but it still be flexible. After the chocolate has set, we take out our cake and we wrap the cake with the paper which we had piped the design on, and we are going to wrap it around very carefully, and we are going to press in the chocolate so it could adhere to the cake very gently and lightly. Wait a few minutes before removing the paper off. And now we could start removing the paper of the chocolate very gently again and very carefully, not to bring the chocolate with us. Sometimes if you don't let the chocolate set, this is what happened, like it happened here. The chocolate had not set completely, so we need to let the chocolate set. So now our cake is ready to be decorated with fruits. I'm using strawberries this time. I'm going to cut them in half because they are rather big. So I'm going to cut them in half, maybe into thirds, and I'm going to just place them around the bottom edge as a border, and then I'm going to put on top to fill the basket. So this is the final product. As you can see, I finished decorating the cake. I placed the strawberries, like I said, around as a border and also on top. Also those little sticks that you see, those are from the design, the first design that I made that I didn't like the way it came out. I used that and I broke them into pieces, and I was able to use them to garnish the cake. I put some of that on top as well, and those two hearts, I made those with white chocolate. And so this is how the whole cake was decorated. This has been all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial. Please share, and if you like to receive other tutorials like this one, subscribe to my channel. I will see you back here again the next time with another tutorial. Until then, God bless you.